Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Spencer ORIMS Fireside Chat. We are super duper excited to be here with you today. We'd love to get a lay of the land. So if you could all take a moment to just type into the chat box and tell us a little bit about yourself. So tell us your name, tell us which university you're going to, and perhaps also your location. So which city and province you're located in. So that'll help us just get a lay of the land in terms of who is here with us today. So we're going to do a quick introduction as well. So let's kick it off with Fatima. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for making the time to join us today. As Tandeka mentioned, my name is Fatima Chamali. I'm the Director of Operational Risk and Insurance at Primaris REIT. I also serve on the ORIMS board as a Director for Professional Development. I am extremely excited to be here today, and hopefully we could share some information about ORIMS and my career, I guess. Yeah.
Fantastic. And I'm Tandeka Nomvete, as mentioned. I'm with Spencer Educational Foundation. So I'll talk a little bit towards the end about what Spencer is and what we do. But I am based in Atlanta, Georgia, in USA. I went to Georgia State University in downtown Atlanta. I studied risk management and insurance. I have a minor in actuarial science, even though I decided not to go down the actuarial science route. And since I graduated, I worked at Marsh for 5 years, which is a commercial insurance brokerage. And then I pivoted over to the nonprofit sector. So I've been operating in that space, especially where nonprofits and student associations meet with this industry and intersect with universities across the country. So I've been operating in that space for about 4 years, and I've been with Spencer for about a year and a half. So absolutely thrilled to be here. And I will send this document out to Ruby after this session so that she can distribute it to everyone. So don't worry about taking notes and things like that. And I'll make sure that the version we send to you all has live links. So you can go through and just click on all of the things within our presentation today. So if you have any questions throughout the session, please feel free to put them in the chat box as well, and we'll address them as soon as possible, or we'll follow up right after this session. So with that, let's jump into it. The first question that we have for our amazing guest speaker, Fatima, here today is to please tell us about your undergraduate degree, your major, your time in college, and what you wanted to be during that time.
Yeah, so that's my career has been very interesting. It started growing up in a South Asian household. I had only two options. I could be a doctor or an engineer. Nothing else mattered. And I was actually well positioned to pursue a career in medical field. But in high school, I just totally decided that that's not something that I wanted to do, but I had no future plan as to, what I was going to do. When I was applying for university, I applied in humanities courses thinking that I was going to have some time to, decide what I was going to do with myself. I ended up going to University of Toronto and majoring in English and political science. Thank God that it was covered with scholarship, but otherwise I wouldn't know what I was going to do with my careers or with my education. Once I finished once I finished my undergrad, I also did my CIP, so Chartered Insurance Professional Designation, and the Canadian Risk Managers Designation as well. So that's basically my educational journey leading me to my current role, I guess.
That is incredible. And hopefully that will resonate with some of the students that are here with us today that perhaps are majoring in something other than risk management, insurance, and actuarial science. So that's fantastic. Thank you for sharing that. So next question for you, Fatima. What led you to a career within this industry, risk management and insurance?
Yeah, so that's a great question. Honestly, like I said, with the undergrad degrees, I truly had no idea what I was going to do with my life. I wasn't interested in writing. I wasn't interested in pursuing politics or any of that stuff. I kind of was preparing myself to be, in a very dire situation with my future. At that, once in my final year of university, as I was finishing up, a friend forwarded a flyer for an internship opportunity at Toronto Community Housing. They were hiring an intern to cover a maternity leave for a year. At that time, risk management wasn't, at the forefront in terms of any kind of a career industry or anything like that. I didn't know what risk management was. I kind of looked at it and I said, hey, here is an opportunity for me to be employed for a year. So let me take a look at it. I went into the interview not knowing what I was going to even say. Thankfully, the first 5 questions were, general questions around my experience, my education and things like that, which were easy enough. But I knew a follow-up question around risk management was eventually coming. The 6th question was, why do you want to be a risk management analyst? And I was like, oh my God, how do I answer it? I took a few minutes to think back, and I was like, the job description included that the position needed someone who would be investigating insurance claim. And I coincidentally, I guess, a couple of days before the interview, I was flipping channels, and I landed on a channel that was showing Zoe Busick, Wildcard. It was a dramatic, I guess. It was a show about a girl, or the main character. She tries to get a settlement check from the insurance company after her sister passes away, and tries to contest the denial from the insurance company. And she goes on and starts investigating the incident, and then eventually finding a job in an insurance company. So that kind of stuck to me doing the interview, and I kind of used that as my baseline for explaining why I wanted to be in the insurance and risk management. My reasoning was that I wanted to be there to, help people on their worst day, guide them, and make, I guess, ease the burden on them, even if I could by a tiny amount. Obviously, they liked the answer. I was hired, and I was at Toronto Community Housing for 9 years, going through various positions. It led me to where I am. So my journey in risk management, really and truly, it was by accident. I literally fell into the industry.
Amazing. I love that story. Thank you for sharing that with us, and how fortuitous that you just happened to be scrolling through channels a couple days before and found something on there that helped you through the interview a couple days later. So hopefully, for all the students that are here with us, you're able to just pick up some of these gold nuggets that Fatima is throwing out. If you happen to just join us, feel free to say hi in the chat box. Tell us a little bit about yourself, which university you're going to. Tell us which city and province you're located in. Fantastic. So let's move on to the next question. So tell us, Fatima, about the first few jobs that you've held within this industry. So we talked a little bit about college. We talked about how you found this industry. So tell us a little bit about those first few jobs and how that compares to your current job within risk management and insurance.
Absolutely. So as I mentioned, at Toronto Community Housing, I was covering a maternity leave, which meant, most of us know who have been exposed to risk management unit. In most companies, the unit is extremely thin, with like 1 or 2 people in the department. So being able to, I was literally the only other person. I had my manager, and then I was the only other person, and being thrown in there, having to not only act as a staff adjuster, going out and investigating incidents, settling claims with claimants, plaintiff counsels, attending mediations, pre-trials, managing litigations, construction insurance renewals. There were so many elements that it gave me an opportunity and an exposure to everything. And I think that has, prepared me really well. When I was after 9 years at Toronto Community Housing, I moved to Quadrille Property Group. Quadrille Property Group being an international real estate company. It allowed me to be able to manage all of that stuff without, having to learn again, right? If in my earlier career, I had only a singular focus area, then I may not have been successful at Quadrille Property Group. Quadrille Property Group, when I started, it was a new company. They were, establishing their risk management department, and I'm happy to say that I played a key role in establishing that department, creating policies, procedures, managing, the claims, incidents, loss control. They're aggressively pursuing their construction portfolio, that as well. Their international portfolio gave, me tremendous exposure to other, I guess, geographic locations and the requirements that come with those areas, which had been extremely, I'm extremely grateful for that kind of experience, because it allowed me to be where I am. I had an extremely amazing mentor at Quadrille, and because of his guidance and trust in me, I felt confidence in taking the leadership role that I am in currently at Primaris REIT. Primaris, again, is a newer company spinning out of our parent company, and I again came into a situation where I needed to establish my department. I literally, on the first day, I had a few pieces of paper and I was told that I needed to create something. So establishing the risk management department, managing the insurance program, the loss control, and establishing a claims department has been an interesting journey. But I feel like because I had that exposure, early on, I wasn't sheltered in any way. I was kind of thrown into everything. I am able to cope and manage all of that stuff. Like I said, if I had to go back, I wouldn't change it in any other way. I think it gave me tremendous, aside from exposure, I think it gave me that confidence that I have now in being able to do my job.
That is amazing. That is absolutely incredible. And it's so inspiring. So, hopefully for all the students that are here with us today, you're hearing everything that Fatima has to share, and that you won't be afraid to take on new challenges, right? Even if you find yourself like thrown into the deep end, that you're able to utilize resources around you. So that is fantastic. And I also heard you talk about a mentor as well. And thank you for highlighting that, the importance of mentorship, and having someone advocate for you, having someone believe in you and get you through to that next level. So that is amazing. So let's switch gears a little bit. Fatima, if you could go back in time, what would you have done differently with regards to your career or professional development in general?
Absolutely. Like I said, I think in terms of career and my career journey, I don't think I would have changed much, because as I mentioned, I think it shaped me and gave me that platform and then positioned me well to be in my current role. If I could go back, one thing I would have done differently is I would have pursued my education in risk and insurance much sooner. So as I mentioned, I spent 4 years at UFD, which was an amazing experience. Obviously, I wouldn't really change it in any way, but I would have probably wanted to start my CIP journey and my CRM journey a little bit sooner. I started my CIP journey when I was employed, in a full-time position. At that time, I had a family. I was, pregnant. I had a child, and then I was pregnant again. I had another child. So it literally took me like almost 6.5 years to complete CIP designation. It took me a year and a half to finish my CRM designation. I think it delayed my career advancement to some degree, because had I had those designations, the doors would have been open for me much sooner. But at the same time, I must recognize that because I was at Toronto Community Housing during that time, I had that additional exposure, the experience that, gave me that ability to take on that role when I had that role at Quadrille. But like I said, it was a struggle for me. I cannot lie. Doing my CIP days, doing my CRM education, it was really a struggle, maintaining family and all of work obligations. Thankfully, I had extremely supportive family members. My husband did a lot of the heavy lifting at home, which really and truly helped. But like I said, if I could have gone back, I would have wanted to change that so that I had full concentration. I could have, done a lot more. As I mentioned, I went through UFT education on full scholarships. When I was doing CIP and the CRM, it was a struggle for me. My grades were not to where I would have wanted to be. At that time, my manager, recognizing, how hard I was trying to work and all the limitations, he gave me a very interesting, I guess that was his way of motivating me. He said, Fatima, concentrate on D for done. That's all you need. And, as much as I didn't, at that time liked that concept, just being, academically, something that I really aspire to, having that academic excellence, I guess.
Yes.
The D, wasn't something that I was aiming for, but I totally appreciated his, recommendation. And at the end of the day, in courses that I got D, I was extremely happy because it showed, all the struggles that I have gone through. And so I know people are going through various, academic struggles, not just academic, but personal, career-wise. And as long as we achieve, the designation or finish the course or whatever, I think, I've learned to recognize that that's an amazing result, right? And
Right.
at the end of the day, it shows how resilient we are and how,
Right.
accomplished, we are, because managing everything while going through school is tough.
Yeah.
It's
No,
extremely hard.
you're absolutely right. And hopefully for all the students that are here with us today, you're hearing this, and hopefully you'll realize that the most amount of time you will ever have is right now, today, this moment. Like, things only get busier from here.
Easier.
It'll never be less busy in the future. So definitely take advantage of the opportunities that you have here and now. If you have a designation in mind that you want to pursue, go for it. Do what you can to get that taken care of now, before life gets busier later on. And the last question that we have for you here, Fatima, is what advice do you have for the college students that are here with us today?
Absolutely. As you pointed out, think of designations, think of things that will enhance your skill sets, whether it be a workshop or whether it be attending these kind of events where you're able to take feedback, connect with people, put a name to a face. Because as I mentioned earlier, having a good mentor is extremely important. They will not only help you, guide you through the industry, guide you through your career, but they will be your cheerleader. I have a cheerleader, I like to call her. She's been extremely supportive. Doesn't matter what I do, she will come out and she'll say, Fatima, you did an excellent job. This is your time. And just hearing that reassures me that this is I am deserving of it. I am doing something right. It's so important to have people like that validate validating you as an individual, you professionally. The other important thing that I would want the students to take back is, join organizations that are there to provide you with additional guidance. One of them being our organization, Ontario Risk and Insurance Management Society, ORIMS. We are a chapter of the RIMS organization. So RIMS is the Risk and Insurance Management, Risk Management Society. It's a global organization. It has over 10,000 risk managers in 75 different countries. We are at ORIMS, we are the largest chapter in not only in North America, but now in Canada. Now in the world.
Yeah.
I got too excited, which is an extremely a great accomplishment. Our membership is it covers various different industries. We have over 330 corporate members and 190 associate members. Our goal is to pursue excellence in risk management through education, through networking. We provide exceptional. I like to boost, or I guess, to our own horn, but I'd like to say that our PD sessions or any of our social sessions are designed to allow for maximum networking, recognizing that that's how we make connections. Our goal is to support the three pillars. First pillar being the new professionals and the students, getting them to be introduced to risk management, giving them that introduction, allowing them to make those connections. The second group that we like to support is the professionals. So people who are in the risk management professions, they're trying to grow within their career. They're trying to brush up on some skills or be updated on some new legislative requirements or things in risk management. And the last group is it's the people who are closer to the end of their career or people who have retired. We like to use them for their knowledge and bring them in so that we can leverage and gain from the experiences that they have gained within the industry. It's incredible that the platform, our platform, I find that it's extremely close-knit and connected. We are extremely supportive of one another. We have various events such as our spring flings, golf events, and then our biggest event is our holiday lunch, which is scheduled for December 14th. We have about 750 to 800 people attending, which is amazing. It gives you lots of opportunity to network. We also, partner with McGannon Foundation, allowing us to take students to RIMS Canada conference. We attend various college events to introduce ourselves and obviously to our profession to the student population. Ruby Ling, who is the Director of Education at ORIMS, she does an amazing job with York University and the students there in their risk management program, working as a risk management advisor. We also are extremely excited about our partnership with the Spencer Education Foundation. We believe there is going to be a lot of good things that will be coming by way to the student population in terms of introductions to risk management and simply supporting the student population. And one of those is through the free student membership to our organization. We have for students now, you could have a 1-year membership to ORIMS free of charge using the code that's on your screen. It will allow you to try out our ORIMS organization, obviously give you free access to some of our events, such as professional development events and things like that. Obviously allow you to connect with our team members and other industry professionals. I would encourage students to take advantage, not just of ORIMS, but any other organizations that's there to support and introduce and just provide guidance to the student population.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Fatima, for doing that overview on your career and highlighting all of the resources that RIMS and ORIMS has. So again, for anyone that just joined us, we'll make sure we send a PDF version of this presentation that has live links. So you'll all be able to go through the presentation and click on some of these resources and sign up for free RIMS memberships and whatnot. So thank you for that. I'm going to switch gears just a little bit to talk about Spencer in the last 3 or so minutes that we have of this session. So again, if you just joined us or if you've never heard about Spencer before and you're wondering what we are a nonprofit organization that supports future leaders of this industry. So that's all of you that are here with us today, college students that are pursuing careers within risk management, insurance, and actuarial science. We have a whole host of programs and resources that we manage, but it's really 3 resources that I wanted to bring to your attention today. The first one is our scholarships program. So as you can see from the timestamp that's listed over there, this program is currently open. It opened up on October 1st and it is going to close on January 31st. So this is perfect timing. This again is for college students that are pursuing careers or interested in careers within our industry. So if you are on the undergrad level across the US or Canada, definitely reach out, apply. If you happen to be on the master's PhD level, you'll see through our web link and website, which we'll share in this document, that application is going to open up soon as well. Well, on the PhD one, it's going to open up on December 1st. So as you can see from the award amounts that are listed over there, if you're on the undergrad level, you can get up to $5,000 if you're selected and awarded. On the master's and PhD level, you can get up to $10,000. And this is annually. It's an annual process that you can apply for our scholarships. I did list out your chances. I wanted to be realistic. You have a 1 in 4 chance of achieving this scholarship. So we really are looking for the best and the brightest students across the US and Canada. So make sure if you do decide to apply, make sure you are shining through your application form and especially through the essay process. And then I've listed out a whole host of benefits besides the funding, right? There are additional benefits that come with being a Spencer Scholar. So if you are selected and awarded, you will become part of the Spencer family. There are free conferences that I could loop you in and a whole host of other ways that we support you personally and professionally. The second resource I wanted to bring to our attention is our Risk Management Challenge. This is an annual international student competition that we host, and it truly is international. So for this cycle, we have university teams from all across the US, Canada, China, India, and various countries across Africa have applied as well. So if you are interested in participating, your university has to put together a team of 3 or 4 undergrad students. So again, if you're interested, feel free to reach out to me. You can email me and I'll let you know if your university already has a team put together. And if not, you're more than welcome to put a team together. And if you're looking at the timestamp and you're like, oh, I've already missed the deadline, right? It's typically throughout the month of October. Don't worry about it. If you are interested, I could definitely make an exception, and I would love for your university to participate in this international competition. And then lastly, the third resource I wanted to bring to your attention is our Spencer webinar series. I always tell students that they're guaranteed 2 things if they join our sessions. Number 1, you are going to learn something. Our topics range from personal, professional development topics like how to brush up your resume, how to brush up your LinkedIn profile, how to ace the interview and that sort of thing, all the way through to more technical topics such as property insurance 101, marine insurance 101, workers' comp insurance 101, and things like that. So we host these sessions on a monthly basis throughout the year, and during the summer that switches over to a weekly basis. So this is absolutely free. It's open to all of you. And the second thing you'll gain, so number 1 was learning something. Number 2 is that you're guaranteed virtual networking. It's a fantastic opportunity for you to meet your peers from across the US and other parts of the country as well. So that is pretty much it for our presentation today. I want to thank you all for being here with us. I want to thank Ruby for putting this session together. It is recorded, as you can see, so we'll make sure the link is available to everyone. We'll make sure this presentation document is readily available as well. And I am able to stay on for a couple minutes if anybody has any questions. Thank you all for your time.